And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13, Trubisky. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Herbert on first down now. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the Steelers are going to take over here up near the 40. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's Trubisky to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They run for it with Harris. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They run again with Harris. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The first carry down for Benny Snell. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Here's Trubisky. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 23. Harris running straight ahead. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
On the give, this is Harris. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. So not only do you not get the first down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot. You just made my job a little tougher because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And the Chargers first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert now. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Herbert throws complete to Williams. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. Herbert operating from the red zone. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up 1st and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He gets this down to the 3. Brought the power run out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get touchdown. Austin Eckler from 3 yards out, and the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 at the 22-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now it's Trubisky. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And the Steelers are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Now Trubisky to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Again, it's Trubisky. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he brings this one back. Six and a Charger TD. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score. Chargers 21, Steelers 3. Justin Hopkins will kick off for the Chargers.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Final play of the first half. Here's Pickett. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Steelers 3.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
On first down, it's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first and 10, Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Eckler will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's third and goal. Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Hopkins with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Second and 10. It's Pickett again. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They'll try and run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers get a bit closer. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Mike Williams on the touchdown throw from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They hand this off to Harris. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Pickett. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Back now in Pittsburgh. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Pickett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
Yeah.